is up, everyone? It is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. This is probably my most anticipated video, as today I'm going to be going through my law school application cycle as well as revealing where I'm going to law school this fall. If you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Rachel. I graduated from UC Berkeley in the class of 2020, where I double majored in cognitive science and legal studies. Since undergrad, I've worked for 2 years at an IP law firm as a paralegal, and then currently I'm working as a paralegal in environmental law litigation. If you're looking for law school application essay review or general advice with Study Hall College Consulting, we just launched a law school application and med school application essay review service. So head over to our website if you're looking for personal statement, optional essay advice. So let's just jump right in. I'm going to give a little bit more background information about myself and the stats that I applied with. I applied to 16 total law schools throughout November and December 2023. I took the LSAT 3 times with my highest score being a 169. I also have some LSAT related videos on my channel, which I'll link down below. And then my LSAC GPA was a 3.51. So I wrote the personal statement. I wrote most of the optional statements for all of these schools. I had 2 letters of recommendation, one from an attorney that I worked closely with at the IP law firm that I worked at, and then one from a professor at UC Berkeley who I took 3 classes with. I was going to have a 3rd letter of rec, but that's a whole other story, and that professor sort of ghosted me after multiple months and multiple emails where she said she would write me a letter. So that's one of the reasons why I applied later than usual, although November, December isn't technically applying too late for law schools. I did write the optional addenda, one for my LSAT score increasing, because from my lowest LSAT score to the 169, I had a 14-point increase, so I explained that in an addenda. I also explained my GPA in a separate addenda. So that is some background about my main application components. First, let's start with the law schools that I was accepted to. So I was accepted to the University of Maryland, Carey School of Law, the University of North Carolina School of Law, George Washington University School of Law, Washington and Lee School of Law, and George Mason Scalia School of Law. I applied to GW on November 29th, 2023, and then was accepted on December 8th, 2023. So literally 2-3 weeks after I applied, I was accepted. Did not do an interview or anything like that. So this was a really, really big shock. I remember opening up my email and reading this and being like, oh my gosh, is this a joke? There's no way the admissions decision was that fast. And then it hit me wow, this is actually real now. I've been accepted to a law school, which means I am probably definitely going to be starting law school in fall 2024. But because I got this acceptance back in early December and I was still applying to law schools at this time, it sort of changed some of the additional law schools that I was going to apply to. Since I was accepted to GW, I took some of the other safety schools off my list to narrow down that total law school list that I was applying to. I did a law school admissions interview with the University of Maryland as well as Scalia School of Law. Those were via Zoom with a dean from admissions. And then I also did a virtual interview. Those are asynchronous. You're not really talking to anyone, but your computer is recording you, with UT Austin School of Law. So with these 5 acceptances, I was offered merit scholarship money at all of these. So this is different from financial aid. With a merit scholarship, it's based off of your application, your scores, papers, your essays. You don't need to apply specifically for merit scholarship. And so I was offered over $400,000 total of merit scholarship. So it definitely made my decision very difficult here in choosing what law school I wanted to attend. Going into the schools I was waitlisted at, I was waitlisted at 4 law schools in Georgetown, UT Austin, Boston University, and Vanderbilt. For Georgetown, I applied on December 1st and then heard back on January 29th. For Boston, I applied on December 12th and heard back on March 15th. For Vanderbilt, I applied on November 29th and heard back on April 11th. Then for UT Austin, I applied on December 15th and heard back on March 14th. So similar to undergraduate admissions, with these law school admissions, waitlisted schools, you could write a letter of continued interest. For law schools, they definitely would want to see these letters because they're basically saying, I don't want to accept a student off of the waitlist unless they are going to 100% commit to this school. So with these waitlisted decisions, I didn't write any letters of continued interest. I felt happy with the original accepted choice that I made, that I'm not really going to be waiting on these waitlist options. So yeah, haven't really done much with the waitlisted schools. For the rejections, these definitely were more of long shots because with my stats of a 169 LSAT and then a 3.51 GPA, I am basically below the LSAT and the GPA medians for all of these rejected schools. So I was rejected from UC Berkeley. This one definitely hurt the most because I was very interested in attending there. They have a really good IP tech law program, also went there for undergrad, also rejected from Duke, Harvard. Harvard one was definitely the reachiest school that I applied to. I am very below both medians here, but most people only apply to law school once, so I thought I would shoot my shot. University of Michigan, University of Pennsylvania, University of Virginia, and the University of Southern California. So those are my overall results. The acceptances, waitlists, rejections, I think make sense to me. I have made my final law school admissions decision here. So I'm not really dwelling on the rejections or anything like that. I was basically accepted to schools where my LSAT was points above their median LSAT score. I was waitlisted at schools where my LSAT was 1 point below their median, and then I was rejected from the schools where my LSAT was 2, 3, 4 points below their median LSAT. So I could have restudied and retaken the LSAT one more time in order to try to break into the 170s, but that's a choice that I decided not to do given some other reasons. So I stuck with applying with my 169 LSAT score. So now it is the moment you all have been waiting for. If you noticed from my blue shirt here, sort of I guess like an Easter egg, a spoiler alert, maybe you could guess which school out of the accepted schools I ultimately have put my seat deposit down for. So I have officially committed to the University of North Carolina, UNC School of Law. Got all the merch here, the hat and the shirt. This does say School of Law here at the bottom of it. And yeah, I am very, very excited. My next video on this channel is going to be visiting all of the admitted students days for my 5 accepted schools. I think I made the best choice in law school for me, and I'm definitely very proud of myself applying to law school, taking the LSAT, going through this entire process. Is something that is difficult, challenging, time-consuming. So I am proud of myself. I am happy with my ultimate decision here. I am excited to go back to school this fall. So overall, I'm very excited. And yeah, if you have any questions about my law school cycle recap or any other law school related videos that you want to see me do, definitely leave a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.